Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Sunday. We got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my links in the description below. And if you guys like betting on MLB player props, you already know, go ahead and sign up with Parlay Play in the description below. And if you guys have not already, go ahead and enter the free giveaway. There's a video I posted I posted yesterday, so go ahead and check that out. All you have to do is just like and subscribe and comment your favorite sports team to be entered. That is all. So yeah, be sure to comment that on your favorite video or your favorite team on that video, guys, and to get entered. And yeah, we'll hop in it. 15 matchups, busy slate today, starting with the San Francisco Giants versus the Cincinnati Reds. Giants opening up as road favorites at minus 154. The Reds plus 130 with the over-under at 9. Pitching for the Giants is Alex Cobb with an ERA of 6.25. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 6 runs, and had 7 strikeouts. Pitching for the Reds is Tyler Mahle with an ERA of 5.74. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 8 runs, and had 6 strikeouts. I mean, yeah, the Giants on a 2-game losing streak against Cincinnati. Cincinnati's actually played pretty well in these last 2 matchups here. Alex Cobb has given up a lot of runs in his last 2 games here. Reds are on a 4-game winning streak, playing very well here. To lay minus 150 on the Giants, the way they've been playing, and with Alex Cobb on the mound, that just seems pretty risky to me here. I'm going to take a shot with the Reds, plus 1.5 on the road. The plus 1.5 is actually very cheap. And Giants just have not looked good against the Reds so far in this series. So I'm going to ride with the Reds plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we have the Baltimore Orioles versus the Boston Red Sox. Red Sox opening up as home favorites at minus 180. Baltimore plus 165 with the over-under at 10. Pitching for the Orioles is Bruce Zimmerman with an ERA of 3.21. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, and had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for the Red Sox is Nick Pivetta with an ERA of 4.25. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 5 strikeouts. Baltimore beating Boston yesterday 4-2. They are just 2-7 on the road against Boston, where they have struggled. Boston 7-3 in their last 10. I mean, they've lost twice already to Baltimore in this series here. Nick Pivetta, he's been all right. He's given up 5 runs in his last 3 starts. Bruce Zimmerman has given up 9 runs in his last 2 games here. I'm going to take the Red Sox at home. Haven't played that well against the Orioles here, but I like them to get a nice one at home. Rolling with the Red Sox. Next matchup, we have the Colorado Rockies versus the Washington Nationals. Washington opening up as home favorites at minus 120. Colorado plus 100 with the over-under at 9. Pitching for the Rockies is Kyle Freeland with an ERA of 4.60. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 6 strikeouts. Pitching for the Nationals is Josiah Gray with an ERA of 5.44. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 7 runs, and had 5 strikeouts. Colorado beating Washington yesterday 3-2. I mean, definitely a matchup I'm not in love with here. Kyle Freeland, coming off a game where he gave up 1 run, hasn't been that amazing on the mound, but neither has Gray. I mean, he's given up 16 runs in his last 3 starts on the mound. That's just extremely hard to trust for me. I'm going to take a shot with the Rockies plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Miami Marlins versus the Atlanta Braves. Braves opening up as home favorites at minus 220. The Marlins plus 180 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Marlins is Eliza Hernandez with an ERA of 5.45. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for the Braves is Max Fried with an ERA of 3.27. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 5 strikeouts. Yeah, Miami coming off a 4-1 win yesterday. Played very well yesterday. Hernandez has actually been pretty good on the mound. I'd say it's a pretty even pitching matchup. Both pitchers giving up their fair share of runs here. To lay minus 220 on the Braves, man, that just seems like a lot. Very risky, honestly. You know, I know Miami hasn't looked all that amazing recently, but they're coming off a nice win yesterday. Very good pitching yesterday. Both pitchers giving up a lot of runs here. I'm going to take a shot with the Marlins, plus 1.5 on the road. The plus 1.5 is actually extremely cheap as well. So yeah, I'm going to take the Marlins on the run line. Next matchup, we have the Cleveland Guardians versus the Detroit Tigers. Cleveland opening up as road favorites at minus 160. Detroit plus 135 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Guardians is Tristan McKenzie with an ERA of 2.70. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts. Pitching for the Tigers is Elvin Rodriguez with an ERA of 9.39. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Yeah, Cleveland beating Detroit yesterday 8-1. Looked pretty good in that matchup. Yeah, you know, Elvin Rodriguez has only pitched 1 time so far this season, and you know, didn't look very good in that start. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Guardians at home here. Tristan McKenzie's been solid on the mound. So yeah, I'm gonna take Cleveland on the road. Next matchup, we have the New York Yankees versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Tampa opening up as home favorites at minus 130. The Yankees plus 120 with the over-under at 6.5. Pitching for the Yankees is Luis Severino with an ERA of 3.02. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for the Rays is Shane McClanahan with an ERA of 2.06. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 9 strikeouts. Yankees losing yesterday's matchup 3-1. Been a pretty, I'd say, pretty good, low-scoring series, especially the last 2 games here. Yankees are 7-3 on the road against Tampa Bay. Very even pitching matchup. Both pitchers playing very well. I'm gonna take a shot at the Yankees plus 1.5 on the road. Good value with the Yankees, and a tough matchup to predict. So you really can't go wrong with the underdog in this series. And yeah, I'm gonna take the Yankees plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Chicago Cubs versus the Chicago White Sox. White Sox opening up as home favorites at minus 175. The Cubs plus 145 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Cubs is Marcus Stroman with an ERA of 4.71. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 8 strikeouts. Pitching for the White Sox is Dylan Cease with an ERA of 4.24. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 7 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. The White Sox winning yesterday's matchup 5-1. The White Sox on a 2-game losing streak here. Cubs 5-2 on the road. Another pretty even pitching matchup here. And to lay minus 175 on the White Sox, man, that just seems pretty risky to me. Cease coming off a game where he just gave up 7 runs. Is it gave up 13 runs in his last 3 starts. Stroman's only given up 4. I'm going to take the Cubs plus 1.5 on the road. Looking like an underdog day. I'm just not trusting these big favorites today. Next matchup, we have the Kansas City Royals versus the Minnesota Twins. Twins opening up as home favorites at minus 200. The Royals plus 165 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Royals is Zach Greinke with an ERA of 4.53. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 7 runs, and had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for the Twins is Sonny Gray with an ERA of 2.60. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 10 strikeouts. Yeah, Kansas City winning yesterday's matchup 7-3. They're 2-1 in this series so far right now. They are just 2-5 against Minnesota. Minnesota 13-7 at home. Yeah, love Sonny Gray on the mound. I mean, he's been solid. Coming off a great day on the mound in his last start here. Greinke has given up 14 runs in his last 3 starts. I mean, that's a lot here. I like the Twins to bounce back. Coming off that loss yesterday, I'm going to take the Twins at home. Next matchup, we have the Milwaukee Brewers versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Brewers opening up as road favorites at minus 135. The Cardinals plus 115 with the over-under at 7. Pitching for the Brewers is Corbin Burns with an ERA of 2.18. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for the Cardinals is Miles Mikolas with an ERA of 1.96. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 5 strikeouts. Yeah, Milwaukee lost the last 2 games against St. Louis. St. Louis winning 8-3 and 4-2 in the last 2 matchups. They've played very well. They're St. Louis 5-2 at home here. Pretty even pitching matchup. I'm going to take the Cardinals plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we have the Texas Rangers versus the Oakland Athletics. Rangers opening up as road favorites at minus 120. Oakland plus 100 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Rangers is Dane Dunning with an ERA of 4.32. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 5 runs, and had 8 strikeouts. Pitching for Oakland is James Kaprielian with an ERA of 5.48. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, and had 3 strikeouts. The Rangers on a 4-game winning streak. They've already beaten Oakland 3 games in a row right now, coming off an 11-4 win. 7-1 on the road against Oakland. Yeah, Oakland 2-15 at home. I mean, they've just been horrible at home. Rangers have looked really good in this series here. I think they close it out today. I'm going to take the Rangers on the road. Next matchup, we have the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Los Angeles Angels. Angels opening up as home favorites at minus 125. Toronto plus 105 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for Toronto is Jose Barrios with an ERA of 4.75. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 7 strikeouts. Pitching for the Angels is Patrick Sandoval with an ERA of 1.79. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 7 strikeouts. Toronto on a 4-game winning streak right now. They've already beaten the Angels each of the last 3 matchups. Angels on a 4-game losing streak where they've been struggling. Toronto 5-1 on the road against the Angels where they've been playing very well. And Toronto, you're getting Toronto plus money again. The way they've looked so far in this series, the Angels haven't been playing very good. I'm gonna take Toronto plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Houston Astros versus the Seattle Mariners. Houston opening up as road favorites at minus 150. Seattle plus 130 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Astros is Luis Garcia with an ERA of 3.37. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Mariners is Marco Gonzalez with an ERA of 3.74. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, and had 3 strikeouts. Yeah, Houston, they've looked very bad in this series, coming off a 6-0 loss and then a 6-1 loss against Seattle. Yeah, Houston, man, they've been killing your parlays if you've been taking them. 1-6 on the road against Seattle. Even pitching matchup here. I'm going to take Seattle plus 1.5 at home. They've looked good in the series. I mean, they've pretty much shut Houston out in the hitting department. Houston has not been able to get anything going. And then to lay minus 150, the way Houston's looked these last 2 games, man, just seems risky to me. And I'm not trying to have my parlays killed on this Sunday. I'm going to take the Mariners plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we have the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Dodgers opening up as road favorites at minus 220. Diamondbacks plus 180 with the over-under at 9.5. Pitching for the Dodgers is Tyler Anderson with an ERA of 3.30. His last start, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 8 strikeouts. Pitching for Arizona is Zach Davies with an ERA of 4.81. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 4 runs, and had 2 strikeouts. Dodgers on a 3-game winning streak against Arizona, winning 3-2 yesterday. Pretty close game. They are on a 7-game winning streak against Arizona. I mean, yeah, Dodgers have been dominant against Arizona. Arizona is going to get big plus money against the Dodgers probably every game, so do what you want with that. But rolling with the Dodgers on the road here. Next matchup, we have the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the San Diego Padres. Padres opening up as home favorites at minus 210. The Pirates plus 175 with the over-under at 7. Pitching for the Pirates is Roansy Contreras with an ERA of 2.13. He's only pitched 1 time this season. He pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 5 strikeouts. Looked pretty good in his debut. Pitching for the Padres is Mackenzie Gore with an ERA of 2.06. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. Pittsburgh coming off a 4-2 win against San Diego yesterday. Played pretty well in that matchup. But yeah, I like Gore on the mound here. Been solid all season. Contreras has only pitched 1 game this season. He did look good, but only 1 game under his belt here. Going to be tough on the road. I'm going to take the Padres at home. And then the last matchup, we have the Philadelphia Phillies versus the New York Mets. Mets opening up as a home favorite at minus 115. The Phillies minus 105 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Phillies is Zach Wheeler with an ERA of 3.38. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 10 strikeouts. Pitching for the Mets is Chris Bassett with an ERA of 3.91. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 8 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. The Phillies on a 2-game losing streak against the Mets. The Mets winning 8-2 and then 8-6 in the last 2 matchups. Pretty even pitching matchup here. Chris Bassett, though, has given up 13 runs in his last 3 starts. Zach Wheeler's only given up 5 here. The Phillies have struggled against the Mets, but Bassett, man, yeah, he's had a bad 3-game stretch here. And I know the Phillies have not looked good in the last 2 games against the Mets, but yeah, I don't know, something about Chris Bassett just kind of scares me away from this matchup here. I'm going to take a shot with the Phillies plus 1.5 on the road. Looking like an underdog day. Didn't plan it like that, but that's just how it goes, guys. So yeah, hope you guys have a great Sunday. Good luck with your picks and parlays. Be sure to enter that giveaway, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.